Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching the truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yakims out there on the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Braka the Yahweh, Braka the Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Braka Dunk. So this is what's happening in my neck of the woods, as today's video is mostly going to be on this, because you can smell the smoke now in Redding, and Most High is setting this place on fire, and this is going to sound like an old story. Remember the car fire that happened in 2018? Well, they're saying the same thing here. Salt fire north of Redding grows to 5,043 acres. Investigators seek public's help. What we know Friday. So you see what that's doing, man. Most High is setting fire to this place, man. The salt fire east of Lake Shasta in the Sacramento River Canyon north of Redding exploded in size Thursday as the flames ravaged at least one lakehead neighborhood. Investigators also were asking the public's help in finding a vehicle that they say may have started the fire. So wasn't it a trailer that started the last one, supposedly, right? If you believe it. But did not have a description on the car. According to the U.S. Forest Service, the vehicle on Wednesday afternoon was on Interstate 5 in the right-hand lane just past the Gilman Road exit when pieces of the vehicle came off and landed in dry vegetation and started the fire. So that's what they're saying. The wildfires among 14 fires burning in California, with more than half of them in Northern California. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection said. As of 4 p.m. Thursday, the U.S. Forest Service and the salt fire had burned 4,500 acres, up from an estimated 1,000 acres Wednesday night. There was no containment. So, you know, we're hearing choppers in our areas, so I know what they're doing. You know, and Esau's going to continue with these, you know, these are part of the plan, you know. So yeah, if you thought you was going to Oregon this weekend, you're going to have to find an alternative route, like Highway 3 or something. Because you ain't going to be able to use I-5 in this area. So they're saying that the vehicle sparked the fire. We've heard this story before with the car fire. CHP advised holiday travelers of I-5 lane closures due to fires burning in the North States. So, you know, they're obviously going to tell you not to travel that way. You know, take alternative routes like 3 or something.
Planning to head north on I-5, the Highway Patrol says fires in Siskiyou and Shasta counties could make your trip more complicated. KRCR News Channel 7's Daisy
Okay, you can still do it, but it's just going to be long.
Center Lookout in Pine Grove with the travel outlook. Daisy.
So you can do it. It's going to take you longer.
That's right, Mike. Thank you so much. So CHP officials are expecting this holiday weekend travel to be a little bit heavier than they usually would in previous years. Again, like you said, because of the salt fire, as well as the lane closures that will be implemented maybe in the next few days. Now take a look at your screen. This is some footage that our reporter Mason Carroll took on her way up to the salt fire this morning. Caltrans has lane closures for all right lanes through the Lakehead area, both northbound and southbound. This is to help reduce traffic for the safety of fire personnel and their equipment that are actively fighting the fires. They are also asking those planning on traveling to drive during non-commute hours, meaning leave earlier in the day or later in the day. Officer Morton with the CHP also tells me they have been dealing with aggressive drivers within the lane closures and say that they will not be tolerating this type of behavior moving forward. Now, CHP also told me that they will be implementing a maximum enforcement period like they usually would during this holiday weekend, and that's going to kick off tomorrow. tomorrow at 6 p.m. and go all the way through Monday at midnight. Live and ready, Daisy Caballero, the North States News.
So there you have it, man. You know, and there's more. You know what? I might just want to go ahead and play this video.
So
anyways.
this is on Gregory Creek Road on the east side of I-5. This is a sign, I believe this is an area for people to park. I just talked with officials. They said that further down Gregory Creek is where there are some structures. A tree just fell behind me. There are still active flames in this area. It does not seem that they're too concerned about it. A lot of the vegetation has burned or been trimmed back. As you can see, there are some vehicles over here though that have been burned. You can see there's that. And then if you come up over here, we can see some vehicles that have been damaged. Again, this is off of Gregory Creek Road on the east side of I-5. So here is a car that has been damaged. You can really get up close, see how much was melted from this fire. As you can see, there's literally some type of metal that was melted. The tires have been melted off inside the seats, almost unrecognizable from inside this car. Now, it looks like there are some boats over here that weren't affected, and then another truck. But I want to come over here. This looks like some kind of trailer. From what I can tell, it looks like it was a trailer, but it looks like it's been completely demolished. Again, the tires have melted off. It doesn't appear to, these structures and cars don't appear to be hot anymore, which I believe is a good sign. This Range Rover doesn't seem to have been touched. This truck, although was, again, you can see real close here, the tires melted, the glass has been shattered. Let's take a look inside of here, and the steering wheel has melted off, and, the remnants of this. However, there's a truck right here that also doesn't look like it was touched, but
yeah, so you can see the damage that is done. And of course I got more here, as you can see here. I don't know if Trump is over here, but obviously that's the beginning of that video.
Also, firefighters are battling several big wildfires across Northern California. This is a time lapse of the Salt Fire in Shasta County, north of Redding. It started yesterday, and this video shows you how quickly it spread. This one has burned at least 1,000 acres. Evacuations are in effect for residents on several roads in the area, and there are also road closures along I-5. Let's take a look at some new images from the lava fire in nearby Siskiyou County. This one's near Mount Shasta, and the fire is now more than 17,000 acres. It's 19% contained, and it ignited over the weekend. Evacuations are in place here as well, and this morning Union Pacific Railroad says that a part of a rail line and bridge are damaged due to this fire. And take a look at this time lapse. This one is of the Dada fire in Plumas County. This is the fire over the last 6 hours. It all started last night, and it's at least 150 acres this morning. There's zero containment right now. So far, officials have not ordered evacuations. Well, that's what's breaking or happening right now. We'll keep you updated throughout the morning as new...
Yeah, and there'll always be updated information, so I will keep a close eye on this, but there's more here. Salt fire grows to more than 5,000 acres and is only 5% contained. Yesterday it was 0%, so, I'm keeping up with this one.
so I'm currently on Zola Drive, but I believe this is
I think I was just watching this video a minute ago.
Chrismar Lane down here, and
Well, it's at least the same
here, so I don't want
reporter.
to get stuck, but looks like at the end of Chrisma there is another structure damage where it looks like it's just the foundation left.
And that's the one I played. Alright. So, and there's more. Fire threatens California homes as 4th of July looms. Wildfires fueled by bone-dry brush and timber surged through Northern California forests on Friday, burning several homes and forcing thousands to flee mountain communities, even as authorities prepared for a hot, crowded 4th of July weekend that could bring the threat of new blazes. These wildfires near the towering Mount Shasta volcano on an hour's drive from the Oregon border had burned around 50 square miles of land, a relatively small figure compared to sweeping deadly fires of years past that blackened thousands of square miles. So, you know, it's a reminder, because we barely even got into what they call fire season, because it kind of started early this year. And here's another article. California firefighters battle big wildfires and high heat. So, some more pictures here. Okay. Well, I'll read it. Hundreds of firefighters worked Thursday night in heat to bring back 3 large wildfires in the forests of far northern California, where the flames destroyed several homes and forced some communities to evacuate. The scene was ominously reminiscent of last year's California wild season, which scorched more than 6,582 square miles of land, the most in the state's record history. So everything seems to be record-breaking. It's very hot and dry, says Susie Johnson of the Shasta Trinity National Forest, for the salt fire, which broke out on Wednesday and grew to 7 square miles, shutting several lanes of Interstate 5 and prompting evacuation orders for some roads in Lakehead. And obviously that fire has grown, and it's only 5% contained. So, let's see here. Here's another one. Map. Salt fire evacuations updated. This one was just from earlier this morning, about 8:30 my time. So, you see all that area there as to the evacuations. And it says that there was a vehicle that caused the fire. That's the official story. But we also know about the Rothschild plan to burn California. And this is just going right along with their game plan. Investigators from the U.S. Forest Service say evidence indicates that it was sparked by extremely hot materials that flew off a vehicle northbound on I-5 and landed in dry vegetation. So basically, you know, like debris flying out of a vehicle, you know, had caused it. You know, they said it was a tire, you know, for the car fire. Vehicles were also implicated in 2 large... Yeah, see, they're mentioning the car fire, the 2018 car fire, which burned almost 230,000 acres, which is probably the largest one we've had yet. I mean, I can remember that because I was living on the other side of town and had to wear a mask. Not because of you-know-what, but because of the smoke. In and near Redding, which started when a tire blew. But we know that it was a plan to burn California, and that pretty much they were energy bombs that they use. You know, energy busting bombs, but they don't want you to know anything about it. The fire destroyed more than 1,000 homes and killed 8 people. You know, and that's a little bit of history. And then we got this here, which says evacuation warnings upgraded to mandatory orders for salt fire in Shasta County. So it's now mandatory. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office has upgraded the evacuation warning to a mandatory evacuation order for Finders Ferry Road between I-5 and Gilman Road, which that's like Jeep trails. So it's now mandatory that they evacuate. Evacuation warnings are also in place now for Delta School Road and Delta Road. Anyone living in this area should be ready to leave at any moment. So, and again, it's grown to 2,800 acres with no containment. You know, that was the report on Wednesday, which they say is only like 5% containment. And here it is. North California wildfires, Shasta County's salt fire sparked by a vehicle. So, you know, that's their official story. At least 17 wildfires have started in California over the past week, fueled by powerful wind gusts hot weather and dangerous dry conditions, according to state fire officials. But there's some of it. Yeah, man. Most High is turning things up here, and got some more video here before I close this out. I-5 is the main road that you would want to take to Oregon. Loaded. And I don't claim any copyrights for this. I'm just using open sources. I'm not trying to make any money off of this, for the record. So yeah, this is a view from Lakehead. And then I got this one here, as we get ready to close this thing out.
Division Alpha, 44 Golf.
So this is a little bit of lava fire, which is the other one. And this one they're saying was from dry lightning strike. And that's only like 20% contained.
Nice shot. Taking it.
So here's salt fire. And that's only 5% containment for now. So just expect more, because this is what Yahweh Shai said. You know, this is the NLT translation. Luke chapter 12 verse 49. I have come to set the world on fire, and I wish it were already burning. So you see, the Most High, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, wanted to set this place on fire long ago. So now that we're in the time of him about ready to make return, think about the things that are being turned up. I have a terrible baptism of suffering ahead of me, and I am under a heavy burden and until it is accomplished. Well, you know, And this is what he's saying, you know, that pretty much though, this is what's going to be taking place just right before he returns. Do you think I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I have come to divide people against each other, you know? And look at how we're divided on CV, on other things, the mark, you know? All those things, you know, we're going to be separated. From now on, families will be split apart. 3 in favor of me and 2 against. Or 2 in favor and 3 against. Father will be divided against son and son against father. Mother against daughter and daughter against mother. And mother-in-law against daughter-in-law. And daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. You know? So, there's even more here. Then Yahushua turned to the crowd and said, when you see clouds beginning to form in the west, that is, you know, he's literally talking about the angels, the chariots, these UFO sightings. So you're seeing that happen now in our time today. I mean, there was just a testimony from the Chicago camp, you know, and lots of other camps have seen them too, you know, after camp and during camps. So when you see clouds beginning to form in the west, you say, here comes a shower, and you are right. When the south wind blows, you say, today will be a scorcher. See, the Most High is going to be scorching this place soon. And it is. You fools, you know how to interpret the weather signs of the earth and sky, but you don't know how to interpret the present times. You know, talking about those that have no idea what the fuck's going on. You know? But they can predict weather. They have meteorologists and all these other things, but yet they have no idea about the time that we're in, you know, because it's only a very short illusion of so-called freedom. I hope all this has been edifying like everything else, though, you know. We don't embrace the fourth of the lie, and we don't want to get in the Most High's way. He's going to do a lot of killing this weekend. And these people that are driving drunk and all that and crashing into shit, now you don't want to get caught up in that, so just be safe, you know. Because again, these demons will be put on these devils. For that I want to say Braka the Yahweh, Braka the Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash, Wa Abababal. And Braka Tom Jehovah elect. Look forward to more fires. Shalom.